So slightly angle.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm.
Sup guys, how we doing? And welcome back to another YouTube video. So a question I get asked a lot, especially on my holiday, was how do I edit my Instagram photos? Well, the truth is I actually don't edit most of my Instagram photos. You do. But basically I'm going to go through some of the tips that we use, mainly kind of Lightroom that we use, but we use a few other little different apps as well, which I'm going to go through. So this is CT, you probably know her as CT. Your actual real name's Carly, isn't it? People think you actually are CT.
No.
Cool, so where should we start with? Should we start with just the Instagram app?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
So the first one, quite simply, is literally using the Instagram filter app. So if you pick a photo, so I'm going to pick this one, and then you have all these different filters at the bottom, which a lot of people don't actually use, they just use the original kind of picture. So I'm going to select one like, maybe something that's slightly darker, something like
it's
this.
It's a really underrated app, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it used to be quite basic.
Whereas
now,
yeah, it's decent.
Better.
Yeah, because it used to literally just be like really like high contrast, low contrast, and like black and white. Whereas now you get like slightly different effects. So that's gonna be my filter I'm gonna use, and then you can also press edit, and you can change like the brightness and the contrast. So like this one, if I want it slightly lighter, change the brightness. Or like obviously if I want it slightly darker, I might just bring it down a little bit like so. So
I think also if you go back, you can like, is it this one you chose?
Yeah.
You can choose how much filter you want on it. So that's with no filter. You could have it at 50% or 100%.
The one thing that I would say about this as well is like don't edit your pictures too much, because if they look, there's a difference between having like high quality picture on this app and there's having like something looking that really kind of fake looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially like the sharpness and things like that.
Unless it's done good,
yeah,
then I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like some of these are really bad, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
X Pro 2, not the one. All black and white, nice. So yeah, that's literally the first tip, just using the Instagram filter app. Let's go on to Ateza. So Ateza is an app that we also use. This is before we use Lightroom, so we use Ateza all the time. I think it's a free app, isn't it?
It is free, but let me start recording my screen. Hold on. Yeah, it is free, but there's only 4 filters on there. So if you wanted more, you do have to pay. So I'll just show you. If you click the plus sign, you can then import any pictures. These are pictures I took of Nathan this morning. So is there any on there you like that I can quickly just show?
Yeah, let's just go.
Them ones?
Yeah, go that way.
So if you literally click the ones you like, click done, double click them, and then you've got all these different filters. Obviously these ones you have to pay for.
Oh, I see.
So you only get 4 for free, but our favourite one is this vintage one. If you click it, you can then again choose how much of the filter you want on. We usually do this for like a quick edit if we literally have no time.
We tend to use this kind of app as well when like a picture is, we'll go onto Lightroom in a second, but when Lightroom, sometimes some pictures don't look that great on there, whatever kind of filter you use, whereas we use this one sometimes where it just needs like a slight adjustment when something's like too bright, or not bright enough, don't we?
Yeah,
just change that and just add the finish filter.
It just gives a bit of warmth to it. Like if I show this picture I did of you, like
those days are gone.
Yeah, it just adds a very subtle warmth to the picture, which I really like. It gives kind of a bit of a vintage feel. It's before and after.
So as you can see, it's just like
so
slight adjustments.
Easy.
Yeah. So we have the free version, don't we? Which is the fitness one. So I reckon if you paid for it, I guess it's just going to be like.
You just have more options.
Yeah.
You can actually look at what they would look like if you were to buy it. Like I really like that one. But yeah, we just go with the free one because it's easy. It's good for stories as well, if you wanted to make your stories more aesthetic.
And that's something that I've been trying to do recently, not just posts, like make my stories a little bit more aesthetic. Obviously there's going to be stories where I'm going to talk a little bit more, so I can't always use like a finished filter if I'm just talking, but just like the odd picture if you're like a coffee shop or anything like that, it's quite useful to use.
No.
So let's quickly just take a picture with Tezza and just sort of show you guys exactly how the filter works. So let's do, oh my god, let's go selfie.
Okay, really gross picture. Do you want to quickly look?
Yeah, let's have a quick look.
Oh god!
Oh god, let's already take that one. You got angles so different. Okay, cool. Go with that one.
Okay, right.
Yeah, just use that one.
Please delete that. That was double chins. Okay, so let's go to Tezza. Import the picture. Done. And then double click it. And then...
God, on the thumb.
Obviously that makes us look very brown. If you're going for that, then great.
See this, yeah, I was gonna say, just going with what we said earlier, like for example, if you look like that, you think, oh, that looks really good, whereas it just looks too edited, doesn't it? And you just know it's not real. It's like,
yeah, so. Like if you really were that brown, then
maybe.
Good for you, but it's a bit orange. So on this, I'd probably take it down to about, I don't know, 30, because it still makes us look really cute.
Yeah, it's decent. And then what do you do after this? You just tick it, don't you?
Yeah, tick.
As you can see, I've never used this app before.
And then what I do is, say like I've done a few that I've edited, I'll select all of them and then just click the save button. And then that means they are all saved.
Fantastic. And straight into your camera roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cool.
I'm sweating.
Okay. So the first editing app we actually ever used was last year, and this is called Huji. We mainly used it last year for a holiday, didn't we? In Mallorca.
Yeah, it was our first one we kind of discovered, wasn't it?
Yeah. So ignore the Love Island app, and basically this is what you're going to come across when you open the app, and it has like a corner thing that you're going to have to kind of turn the screen and then look into it. And what do you say it's for? You
can actually take pictures on that screen, but then you can't see what you're taking a picture of. Yeah, so when you first go into it, it gives the illusion of a vintage camera. You can actually take pictures on that screen, but it's a bit weird. You can't see what you're actually taking a picture of. So, say like I was taking a picture of you, I wouldn't be able to see if you were in frame or not. So yeah.
Happy to take a picture?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, cool. So, do on the flip screen, and in the bottom right in the left-hand corner. And then where it says lab, this is where all your pictures are going to be. I didn't even think about what it was going to be.
That's alright, it's not too bad. What's there?
The thing, this is from like, we went to Ipswich. On a holiday as well. The thing about this app as well, and we'll take another picture in a minute, is basically the kind of, what would you call it with like the colours and the sides? They're all kind of different sometimes, aren't they, because of the brightness? Yeah,
I mean it depends where you are, what kind of filter you get.
So this is what you're basically going to come up with. Can you actually edit these pictures, or you just save them?
No, you just save them. But I know if you upgrade it, I think it's like £2 to upgrade, but we're cheap and can't bother to do that.
£2? God.
But yeah, but we don't use it that much anymore.
No.
You can actually import your own pictures and edit them with the different effects, but yeah, I can't bother for that.
So once you're happy with the photo, you just save it, and obviously automatically goes into your camera roll. And that's basically it. But what I was kind of explaining about earlier, I don't know if there's
oh god,
I don't know if there's a picture where it's like kind of something like this. Sometimes when you take a picture, even if it's the same kind of angle, the kind of brightness is slightly different. So it might be like really yellow on one side, which sometimes looks really cool, but then sometimes can ruin the picture.
Yeah, let's see if you've got any that are like really awful. Like that, like the green and yellow stripe, not a fan.
No.
But yeah.
And then something like this, you just go over. Again, it does look quite cool and aesthetic, but it's
you kind of want to see who the picture's like in it.
And obviously, if you want to post this on your Instagram, it just kind of ruins it a little bit. Anyway, that's
it's a really good app for people that are just like wanted to take
quick and easy photos. Yeah.
No editing involved. You literally take pictures, save it, and put it on your Instagram.
Cool. So the main kind of app that we use at the moment is called Lightroom, and if I'm honest, I don't use Lightroom, that's all. It was literally, must have been before we went on holiday this year, it was about 4 weeks before we went, when Carly came across, well, I can't remember how you came across Lightroom, didn't you? I think I saw someone on Instagram use it, and I kind of explained it, so Carly like YouTubed it, had a little look, and that's what we mainly use for kind of my Instagram pictures and yours as well. So, do you want to talk about Lightroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close.
I think this one as well, kind of similar to Tezzy, you can get like a free trial, or like free presets, and then do you have to pay for?
No, you don't get free presets.
Ignore that completely. I say you do.
No. So
don't you get like?
No.
I'm just chatting,
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so this is Lightroom. So hold on, is it recording? Does that mean it's recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are all the pictures that I've edited, obviously. So this is quite a confusing app to use. When I first started using it, I was like, oh my god, I don't get it. But there's so many YouTube tutorials on it. That's literally how I learned. If you type in, I don't know, Lightroom mobile tutorial, it will come up with loads of different.
We'll link the one in the description below.
Yeah, there's this guy called Olives. I think that's his name.
Olives.
Ooh, I think his name might be Oliver, but he's really good. He gives you free presets as well, so like you can download them, so you don't even have to do any of the work yourself, which is what I have done. But I'll just quickly show you through the app. So on this little button on the left, or right. It's on the left, on the right. Oh god. Oh god. Cut that out, please.
No, I'm not cutting that one out.
No, please Continue. Cut out. Okay, so let me show you a picture of Nathan that I took this morning.
Go top, yeah.
So these are all the different settings at the bottom. So you've got, sometimes I will literally click auto and it will change the light for me. But that really hasn't done a lot.
I think because the colours are really light in the background. Whoa, it's orange. Oh god.
Okay, don't do that too many times. Let me just undo all that. Right. I think these ones at the side you have to pay for. So say like there was something in the background and you wanted to heal it and get rid of it, you could do that. The good thing about Lightroom is you can create your own presets. So you can literally go into this right hand button, and these are all the presets I've previously made. Once you make them, you can save them out, which is really good.
And you've made these kind of presets purely for like, going back to what we said earlier, like the different colours of pictures. Like that is a very kind of bright picture because you're in the gym, where there'll be others where it's really dark. So obviously different. You can't just use just like the one filter. No, and it's good to have a few different variations. Like I've got some for me which are like pinky. Obviously on Nathan they look really weird, but on my pictures they look really nice. And then I've got some vintage ones. Sorry. I'm gonna go through this one in a minute in detail, but the vintage one's probably the one we use the most. It just looks so good with your feed, doesn't it? Like really suits your feed. And the thing about your presets, can't you actually edit it as well? Like, yeah, so say like you've already made a preset, you can click the, you can go into it and then you can edit it. So say like this was too cool, you can go and put the temperature up a bit, you can add in some grain. She says, where is it? Oh god, where is it? Oh, here. Obviously that looks a bit weird, but yeah, you can then go in and edit it further and it won't change your original preset. So I should probably explain what a preset is, because I haven't really said that. Yeah. So a preset is a pre-saved kind of filter that you've made yourself. So let me show you how I would make one. This is going well good. So let's say we're going to edit this picture of Nathan. This is my Cool Tones preset. I've written notes on how I did it because I can't remember. Right, so the first thing you want to do is go into light. So the whites and the blacks, you don't really need to play with these very much. I would say it depends how much black and white you've got in your pictures. Obviously if you go that way it's going to go darker, if you go that way it's going to go brighter. So just quickly, on these ones as well, you came up with yourself on how to make that preset for that particular photo, or did you kind of watch a YouTube video on this? I can't remember, honestly. I think with these kind of presets as well, you've got to kind of like, there's certain things you can do, but then you've got to use a bit of initiative and see kind of what looks right. What suits that picture. Yeah, that style of picture. That's why it's good just to have presets set and then go into the preset to edit how it looks. So once you have a whole load like Cardi has, we can just, whatever picture we take, you don't have to make a preset every time. Yeah. Go straight into it.
once you've done that, you're going to go into colour. This is where you can change the temperature on how it looks. So I don't want this picture to be very warm, I want it to be quite cool. So we're going to go to 12, minus 12, sorry. Tint, we're going to go minus 14. Vibrance plus 34. And then saturation minus 35. You don't want to go too far because then it goes grey. But just taking a little bit of the colour out is quite nice. And then if you go up to the top of that little tab, there's a mix section. So this is where you can edit all the individual colours. This is where I feel like the picture really transforms. So let's go through all the colours.
Yes guys, how are we doing? So this clip went on for about 5 to 10 minutes. So if you want to screenshot this, apply these settings, and Kylie's going to talk about the purple and pink colours any second now.
You have to really persevere with this because it can look really dodgy until you get to the end.
So these specific ones with the colours, again, did you learn this, how to do these specific colours for the picture, or did you just kind of go with the flow? And this is your own specific, I think the picture looks better with minus 52.
Yeah, it's just playing around really. I can't remember what picture I originally did this preset
I think it might be with that one actually.
But I just basically watch YouTube videos, copy what they do, and then play around with it. It might not suit what you're doing, but the ones I've found are really good. But I'll try and find the ones I watched and put them in the
description.
Yeah,
below.
there you go.
Yeah.
Saturation minus 29. And then luminance plus 24. And then the last one, pink, we're going to go plus 65 on the hue. Plus 59 on saturation. And then plus 26 on luminance. So you can really see like the difference. Oh!
Oh, there. Oh, imagine how that. I've done everything.
That would have really annoyed me.
Oh, that would have literally summed us up to a T.
Yeah, so if you hold down the picture, you can see what it looked like before and what it looks like after, so it already looks so much better.
So it's made that actual, what they call like tiles or whatever,
yeah,
actually completely change without looking fake.
Because the room you're in isn't that like nice looking, whereas this makes it look a bit cool. I think like the marble effect looks really cool.
Yeah, that's it, marble.
So that's all I did for this preset. There is other bits that I like to use, like I like to go into effects. Dehaze is quite nice. Depends how you like your picture, but I didn't really touch that. Vignette adds a kind of border to the picture. Can look quite cool. Grain I really like, so if I want something to look quite vintage or quite edgy, I will add the grain, but I won't always do it to 100 because that can be quite harsh. So I'll usually only do it till about 50. That's quite nice. Another section which I use quite a lot is detail. You can sharpen your image. On this picture it doesn't really seem like it's doing much. Okay, let me show you how to save your preset. So you've done all your settings. If you go to the top in the right hand corner, there's 3 little dots. You can either copy your settings, or I always go to create preset, name it, so I'm going to call this YouTube video, because I'll probably delete it because I've already got it already. Click save. So now this setting is now always saved, or this filter, sorry, is always saved. So let's go to a picture I took of you today, Nathan. I can now go, if you scroll right to the end, you can click presets, and then your YouTube one will be right at the bottom when it wants to load. With this picture, it doesn't look great. Yeah.
So this is where it's quite cool to have quite a few presets, purely because, like we said, like once you have that one picture, you can just kind of flick. Once you have the picture up ready, you can flick through each preset, so it will automatically do it, just like how you use the Instagram filter.
I got a few free ones as well from that guy Olives that I told you about. There's quite a few.
Good old Olive.
There's quite a few people on YouTube that will give you free ones as like a trial to then because you can actually buy presets for like £10 on Etsy. Again, I don't really want to do that, I'd rather make them myself, but you can flick through and just choose whatever one you like.
That's it.
And that is it. And then, to save them,
spitting all over the place.
To save them, let's do the vintage one. Click the little tick when you've chosen your preset. Click the tick again and it will go into your library. But this doesn't mean it's saved onto your phone. So basically all you do is double click the little export button and then save to camera roll. This bit I always click maximum size. You can do small, I don't know what the difference is, but... And that's it.
Simple. Simple as that.
Once you use it, it's not that confusing.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm so confused right now.
That's a good job I edit all your pictures.
I know! I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky.
Is that it?
Yeah,
is that all we do?
Yeah, perfect. Should we go for some questions?
Okay.
Cool. So, asked a couple of hours ago on my story any kind of additional questions. I think some of them were about pictures, but then other things as well. First question, do you edit your Instagram vid WoW on your Mac or phone? Do you edit your Instagram vid WoW on your Mac or phone? I think you might be referring to on my actual page when I do like the kind of highlights. If so, I might actually do like a separate video on that. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see a video like that, how I kind of edit with the music and do little clips as well, especially with the writing as well. I know a few people have asked me about that, so I might do a YouTube video on that one. Do you use just one filter or multiple filters? Hopefully we've answered that one.
Yeah, I think it depends on the picture that he sends me. So it could be that you're outside, it could be that you're inside, like it just literally depends. But
key one with that one as well, I just remembered, if you get someone else to edit your pictures, make sure you either airdrop it if you have iPhones. Can you airdrop them? No, you can't airdrop on Samsungs or anything like that. No.
I don't know, maybe.
Or so if you can do something similar. So either airdrop or it's WhatsApp as well. Because basically, once you send it over and then send it back, if you do it via like just text message or something like that, the quality goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes
and
really
I think
grainy.
We've done that once before, and then once the picture was up, it was a bit...
Yeah, it looked a bit weird.
So yeah, make sure on that one. But yeah, hopefully we've answered that. And then obviously you've got multiple apps as well. So you can use Lightroom, but then obviously if you just want like little changes, you can do that as well. How do you take your pictures? I take my pictures either for literally just an iPhone, or I use a Canon M50 for some of my pictures for better quality. But if I'm honest, like an iPhone camera, this is iPhone 8, is actually quite good for kind of just taking pictures and editing them.
And GoPro.
Oh yeah, some of the pictures as well. On holiday we used a GoPro, and that was quite cool in the water. So yeah, and I think that's the Hero 7 Silver. It
was quite nice because it gives such a wide lens, doesn't it? Like a wide image.
Like the GoPro is quite cool. Again, might do a separate video on that. Let me know in the comment section below. When you're like kind of in the water and then you're like hovering just above the water, and you get like the whole kind of scene rather than just like a narrow just looking straight at you, which is really, really cool. How do you take your pictures? Said that. Any Instagram posting tips? If it's in regards to the picture, well, this can be any kind of avenue.
Yeah.
If it's like the feed, then obviously make it like as aesthetic and different as possible.
Oh, you can talk about Planoly.
Yeah, I can talk about Planoly actually. Planoly is an app that you can use where you can basically just like look at your Instagram feed and kind of just assess it before putting the picture up, because obviously once a picture goes up and you're not kind of happy with how it looks, it just, yeah, you're just not going to be that happy with it. So Planoly basically like...
Planoly. Planoly.
Basically allows you to assess your feed before you put it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's for the feeds. Any Instagram post tips in regards to like captions and stuff? Obviously, like I'm a personal trainer, online coach. A lot of my captions are either based on kind of advice, tips and guidance in terms of industry. But obviously if I just want to do a picture, if it's just like us two, I'm not going to talk about how important it is to go out and eat meals and socialise. It's just going to be like quirky kind of captions. And then Instagram post tips, have you got any? Just be quite aesthetic and a bit different, but then...
Does that go into stories as well, or would that just be...
Oh, do you have any Instagram story tips? Next one.
Oh.
Yeah. Go on to the next question, the last one. Do you have any Instagram story tips? Instagram story, again, before I was kind of more quantity than quality, where I'll just be taking pictures or doing videos of just kind of random stuff, whereas now I've kind of scheduled it a little bit, like in the morning I might talk, and if I want to make my kind of story look quite aesthetic again, I kind of use for the Lightroom, or I use portrait quite a lot actually. I use portrait and I use like kind of 1 or 2 filters, either Oslo when you like swipe across. I think there's one called like, oh, I've forgotten the name of it. It's like the Buenos. 1 second.
Okay, so this is a picture of my teddy. Oh, sorry. Wow! Stop it!
This is a picture of my teddy. Carly's just taking a picture of her teddy. All right. So we'll show. This was on the portrait camera that I was showing you. Obviously, when you take a picture, you kind of swipe over. You've got like video, photo, and then portrait. You kind of have to come out a little bit.
This isn't the best picture. The back is a bit dark. The back's a bit weird. But this is my teddy. So yeah, the filters are actually really good. This is the one you use the most. Oslo.
Yeah.
What was the other one you used?
Buenos Aires.
Really? It's very blue.
Yeah. So this one I use for when I'm in the gym, where it makes it kind of got like kind of like a blue tint, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
like
just makes
more of a cool tone,
yeah.
I guess.
So rather than just doing a video, posting it, you know, there is kind of an element of structure where I'll record it, trim it, make sure I get like 10 seconds to keep it nice and short, and then put a filter on it like this.
Yeah, I never actually swipe left either. Like the left ones are quite nice. Like Cairo's really nice.
Tokyo. But yeah, so
yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
You can also, if you go onto the pen tool, click any colour. If you hold it down on your screen, so you literally hold down like that, you can make the whole thing that colour. So you can choose any colour you want, and then you can type on it like. Super cute.
Yeah. So yeah, that's some story tips.
Can I get any more questions?
No, that's it. That's all the questions I've got asked. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you like this style of video, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you, CT, for coming on and talking about all the colours that you use, the pinks, the blues, the greens, straight over the heads. But honestly, guys, if you want to kind of, and this is a question I do get a lot, you know, the pictures I do, obviously they're not the most aesthetic in the world. I don't use the most high quality camera, but it's just like little tricks that you can use. It does take a little bit of time to kind of research and just make everything right, but it's one of those things, once it's there, you can just use any kind of picture.
Yeah. Oh god.
So thank you so much for watching the video. I've got 5 seconds left to finish the video. I'm looking at you in there. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like.
Don't forget to
So thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
I can't. That was really cringe.